I have talked about the 3 grappling skills before in the video about grappling system comparison, but I have not talked about unarmed striking skills. There are 3 of them in GURPS, and the differences between them can confuse a new player, so let's discuss them in more detail. The 3 unarmed striking skills are Brawling, Boxing, and Karate. If you do not have any of these skills, you can still fight unarmed with your dexterity. Let's start with the Brawling skill. Brawling is the skill of, quote, unscientific, unquote, unarmed combat. If you know Brawling at dexterity +2 or higher, then you add +1 per die to basic thrust unarmed damage. Unlike the rest of unarmed skills, Brawling is an easy difficulty skill, so it is easy to improve. Also, it has some other special features. First, it can be used not only with punches and kicks, but also with any other natural weapons, such as teeth, horns, etc. Brawling can replace dexterity in a slam or when smashing falls into walls. You can use Brawling with a blackjack or a similar fist load to improve your damage further. Defensively, you can use Brawling to parry 2 different attacks per turn, one with each hand. Brawling parries are at -3 versus swung weapons. Boxing is an average difficulty skill. Unlike Brawling and Karate, it does not improve damage dealt with kicks, it's a punching skill. However, it improves punching damage at a better rate than Brawling. If you know Boxing at dexterity +1, add +1 per die to basic thrust punching damage. If you know Boxing at dexterity +2 or higher, then add +2 per die. Just like Brawling, Boxing gives you 2 parries against 2 different attacks, but in addition to being at -3 against swung weapons, you are also at -2 against kicks. However, Boxing also gives you an improved retreating bonus of +3, like a fencing parry. Finally, there's the Karate. It's a hard difficulty skill. It can be used to punch or kick, but not to bite or gore. However, if you take the Biting Mastery perk, then you become able to bite with Karate, and bite damage gets the same increase from the Karate skill that your punches and kicks do. If you know Karate at dexterity +0 level, then add +1 per die to basic thrust damage for punches and kicks. And if you know Karate at dexterity +1 or higher, add +2 per die. This is the best unarmed defensive skill. You get 2 parries, you can parry any weapons at no penalty, and you do not get a penalty against kicks and other low-line attacks. And you get an increased retreating parry bonus of +3. Aside from being a hard skill, it has some other downsides as well. First, it is penalized by an encumbrance, but you can mitigate this penalty with the Armor Familiarity perk. Second, you cannot use it with a blackjack or a fist load. Your hand must be empty. Although you can still use brass knuckles. However, you can take the Improvised Weapons Karate perk to be able to use Karate with a fist load. One question that many people ask is why would you ever put a single point in Brawling? It does not improve your chances to hit and does not improve your damage. The answer is that you gain access to all the techniques that default to Brawling, but do not default to dexterity. Let's take a look at the unarmed techniques in GURPS martial arts. I want to show you which techniques are only available to 1 or 2 of the unarmed combat skills. I will skip cinematic techniques and techniques that can default to any of the 3 skills. There is only one technique unique to the boxing skill, low line defense. This technique buys off the penalty to parry kicks, and that's it. However, there are plenty of techniques that are available to both Brawling and Karate, but are unavailable to boxing. Elbow strike, eye rake, hammer fist, headbutt, jam, kicking, knee strike, push kick, stamp kick and sweep. It's only available for Brawling if you have a tail or a similar striker. Seriously, boxing is a really underwhelming, very situational skill. Its only advantage over Karate is that it is not affected by encumbrance and can be used with an occupied hand. However, both of these downsides of karate can be mitigated with perks. I do not think I have ever seen boxing on a character sheet. It has always been brawling, karate, or both. Now let's take a look at techniques that are unique to karate. Axe kick, back kick, exotic hand strike, jump kick, spinning punch. These are flashy techniques that can improve your damage and give other advantages over the opponent. Brawling, however, has a list of techniques that are not available to karate. Drop kick, that's my favorite technique, elbow drop, eye gouging, knee drop and two-handed punch. These are highly damaging, brutal techniques. Remember that point for point, sometimes it might be a good idea to take brawling over karate, even though karate provides a better damage bonus. Blackjack or fist loads in many cases remove this damage difference, and you're likely to have a higher skill level due to brawling being an easy skill. The fact that both karate and brawling have different technique lists makes investing in both skills reasonable in some situations as well. Boxing, however, is not something I recommend taking. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.